guys, it's Brenda here from runforfoot.com, and today I'm going to be talking to you about why you should be running barefoot on pavement, especially when you first learn the forefoot running technique. Running barefoot on pavement improves your body's natural impact moderating behavior, and what that is, it's an instinctual strategy of the body to avoid high impact, harmful landings when running without shoes, and is also under reflexive control, which means that it's controlled by the brainstem and the spinal cord. And it really is only optimized when the nerves in the feet are highly activated or stimulated. Pavement or other hard surfaces are like cream for the feet, according to Christopher McDougall. And this is because the nerves in the feet are strongly sensitive to harder surfaces. So this will allow you to be more foot strike safe and that you are more likely to avoid a heel strike landing. Also, when you're running barefoot, the nerves in the feet communicate to the nerves in the knee joint to increase the amount of knee flexion, which is the body's natural reflexive adaptation mechanism to mechanically soften each footfall as you run barefoot on pavement. Overall, running barefoot on pavement really helps you build a more accurate perception of your foot strike awareness. This is because it will hurt if you heel strike when you run barefoot on pavement. This is why the high sensory prevalence of the hard surface and the feet tells your brain not to heel strike and land with a more anterior foot strike, or in other words, a forefoot strike, to essentially prevent impact force generation. In fact, many studies have found that when runners run barefoot on pavement, they actually increase the amount of knee flexion, which is the body's natural way to minimize impact. So when you run barefoot on pavement, you are in a sense continually confronted with sensory information, not about pain, but about discomfort. And that in order to make running barefoot on pavement comfortable, the body needs to reposition the foot and flex the knee in a way that will facilitate a lighter foot strike. Another thing to realize is that landing on the forefoot does not result in an impact transient like that is seen in a heel strike landing. So the impact transient is an impact force variable that's implicated in most overuse injuries. And because the impact transient is not generated during barefoot running with a forefoot strike, this allows barefoot runners to run with less impact regardless of surface hardness. And this is what Dr. Daniel Lieberman has proven in his work on barefoot runners. So this brings us to what happens when you wear thick cushion running shoes when you're running on pavement. Running shoes with thick compressible material reduces the multi-sensory input on the barefoot, which in turn impairs the body's innate impact moderating behavior. So the body doesn't care about how hard it strikes the ground in a cushion running shoe, simply because there's padding under the foot and it feels good to land on this padding. So the foot is actually forcefully pressed onto the ground, and the padding makes this type of intense footfall feel very comfortable as compared with running barefoot. But it's also why there is no adaptive benefit to running in shoes because they cause so many running injuries. And this has been well documented for decades. There are more adaptive benefits to barefoot running on pavement because it produces speeded responses and leg withdrawal reflexes, in that your feet spend less time on the ground and they snap up quicker to minimize impact exposure. So one of the most powerful ways to develop a faster withdrawal reflex in the leg during running, as well as to improve your forefoot strike, is to practice running barefoot on pavement, and you will learn to land lighter instead of throwing your leg down as hard as you would if you were running in cushion running shoes. If you want to learn more about the benefits of barefoot running and the dangers of heel strike running and cushion running shoes, please check out my blog, runforfoot.com. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching and listening. Have fun on your next run. Bye.